Welcome to the Initiative Reviews. I am your host, Darren Bradley, along with first time on Initiative Reviews, new co-host, Marvette. Introduce yourself to the people.
Hey. What's up, guys? I'm Marvette.
Nice. And today we are going to be covering Netflix's Project Power. You brought this to our attention, Marvette. I want you to kick off talking about this beautiful movie starring Jamie Foxx, Gordon-Levitt, and the incomparable Dominique Fishback. Go, take it away. Let the people know what it's about.
First of all, I love the movie. Huge fan of Jamie Foxx. And let's just say, I don't know. I don't want to review it yet. We're going to talk a little about it in details. What did you think when you watched it?
I actually thought it is great concepts. Great subtle information to talk about the Black experience without saying it's the Black experience. I like how they did that. I really like how they did that. Love New Orleans. Always love setting something in New Orleans. I do. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt trying to get a Southern accent. That was funny. And I like the concept. And like you said, let's break it down with the concept. The concept is there's a new designer drug out hitting the street of New Orleans. And this drug gives you superpower for 5 minutes. It's an urban legend so far. People talking about seeing people run faster than cars, people jumping over rules, people flying and disappearing, just superpowers. But it's a myth. Nobody can seem to record it. Nobody can get it on all these phones and cameras around the city, oddly enough. So we open up with Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character. He's playing a cop in the streets of New Orleans. And he rescues a girl who's selling this drug power to a bunch of dudes who trying to rob it from him instead of paying for it. Because, people. Come to find out, he's a cop using the drug to stop superpowered people. Who would have thunk it? A corrupt cop using drugs? No way. But it works. He's trying to be the hero. He is trying to level out the playing field because people aren't talking about it. It's being covered up. Look, it's straight up pulling a Men in Black because Men in Black show up every time something happens and tell everybody to shut up about it. It's
very true.
Right. So many cool concepts are being shown in this movie, throwing stuff together. And for me, it works. I like the movie. I enjoyed it. Like, I wasn't looking for something to change how I thought about the human experience. I was looking for a cool action movie with a little sci-fi twist, and that's what I got. And I liked it. I really did.
I wanted more action. I was happy with the action they gave me for a Netflix movie, but I wanted more action, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that, but okay, let's put it like this. Okay, so most of the really fun action, of course, takes place when regular people are trying to take down a superpower, and we got camouflage, fire, one dude kind of Hulk out. We got stretchy people like Mr. Fantastic and Plastic Man. You get people who can shoot out their bones like claws, like Wolverine, but no adamantium. No, the dude did have metal covered claws. He was Wolverine. See, I forgot. Okay.
And we had the Ice Girl, but she didn't even make it out.
Right. Yeah, that was a sad moment.
I was like, shit. I was waiting for her to come out.
Yeah, we thought we was gonna get some frozen, but it didn't happen. But yeah, okay, so back to the story. So we get introduced to this girl named Robin. She's super intelligent. She's a kid trying to help her sick mom. They need some money, so that's why she's selling the drug. And she has a superpower. But her superpowers are worse. Like, she's a dope rapper. And she's caught up in this mess because she's trying to make money for her mom and getting it from her cousin. And then we get introduced to a character called the Major, played by Jamie Foxx. At first, we think he's the villain. The New Orleans Police Department think he's the bad guy, he's the pusher. But what we come to find out, he's the one hunting them down. He's trying to find the source of the drug. We don't know why yet, but he's trying to find the source of the drug. And in doing so, in his investigation, trying to find people, he kills Robin's cousin, who's giving her the drugs, and then turns around and kidnaps Robin and force her to help him. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed, this is a completely spoiler-filled review. I should have said that at the beginning of the recording.
The best one you'll get.
Right. Anyway, so that's how she hooked us with the Major Jamie Foxx. Robin hooks up with the Major Jamie Foxx character, and Robin is played by Dominique Fishback. I mean, this girl is phenomenal. She's phenomenal. I don't know if she's yes. I don't know if she's a real rapper or not, but she can spit. She even got a song at the end of the movie. It's kind of dope. Like they really should be pushing it. They need to make a video. You can make a video at home during quarantine. They need to make a big video for this girl because the song is dope and she can spit her bars. She is very authentic and her acting skills are beautiful too. So we've already spoiled them in the movie, so we can skip ahead. So then she team up with the Major. Robin teams up with the Major. Why? I always forget Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character's name because he's always just Joseph Gordon-Levitt to me, even though he's a really good actor. Is Joseph Gordon-Levitt, but his character is off on the side mission because he's been sent off by the police captain to investigate on his own and take down Jamie Foxx. So he's doing his thing while the Major and Robin are doing their thing, and then while the Man in Black are doing their thing. All this starts to collide the closer we get to the source of the power, where the drugs are coming from and what's actually happening. And you get the background story. You know, big giant drug dealers are coming in to test their product. We found out that they've been testing stuff all around the country into urban areas. Tuskegee. So you getting stuff like that, and you getting it's a giant government conspiracy. Who could have thunk it? The government experiment on black people in urban neighborhoods. But that's what I liked about the movie the most. That's why, even though I know some people are saying it's a little middle of the road, it's an action thing without a lot of action, and it's subpar, but I think I liked it the most because it didn't beat you over the head. It had one moment where they were, I don't want to say forcing, but where they just want to give you a lot of exposition, and it's about Henrietta Lacks. Marvette knows how much me and her still have beef because she lost my hardcover first edition book of the Henrietta Lacks story. Yeah. So, but they do a point in the movie where one of the bad guys talks about what happened to Henrietta Lacks. And if you don't know who that is, she was a black woman who was dying from cancer. And she went in to get, tested and stuff to see what was going on. Well, a doctor, without her permission, took cells in her body which seemed to not be affected by the cancer. They were known as the living cells, the eternal cells, because they just weren't being affected. And the doctor just took it without permission, nothing. Almost every medical breakthrough we've had in the last 70, 75 years have come from those cells. Her family has never been compensated. Her family, some of them don't even have health insurance. But people have been making billions of dollars and lives saved off of stolen genetic material from Henrietta Lacks. That's the only time in this movie where they give you straight exposition, and it perfectly works because people need to know more about her story, especially since they came out with a really dope book, which I had the first edition hardcover of, which somebody lost. Marvette, anything you'd like to say?
Oh my God. What did you think about the ending when his daughter...
Okay.
We're going to keep spoiling this. Whatever.
Right, yeah, we're spoiling. Let's talk about that. So the reason he is so hell-bent on taking out this drug is twofold. One, the drug is kind of based off of experiments done to him while he was a black man in the military. Oh my God, who would have thunk it? Him and a bunch of soldiers were tested on to give superpowers. They thought they were becoming superheroes. Nah, people were just making designer drugs, and they knew they can do some real damage with it. Well, he eventually, was left alone. The drug worked, but they stopped, experimenting on him and his comrades. But he had a child. And that child was born with powers. No drugs needed. The government came after them and kidnapped her. And we found out that's why he's so attached to Robin and does his best. Even though he does treat her rough, he actually cares about her and wants her to do better. He tells her, stop selling drugs, take care of your mama. If you're such a good rapper, focus on that. Go get your education, get into the studio and spit these bars. He's trying to help her, motivate her out of this terrible life that she's gotten herself into. And it's a beautiful connection when you find out that he is thinking about his daughter. And then we come to find out that the daughter is alive on something called Project Genesis. It's a giant boat in New Orleans Harbor. And I do like the way how they constantly bring up the flood, Katrina.
Yes.
I do love it because, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 2020, the people of New Orleans are still feeling the effects of Katrina. And they bring it up in this movie a few times, and they do it real nice. So they talk about that. And as the Major goes to save his daughter. We see Robin has some skills. We see Joseph Gordon-Levitt character. They got some skills with or without the power drug. And they come to find out, yes, this was a completely government-run CIA program to just make money, but also make super villains so they can have a reason to enact super soldiers.
Does that ring a bell?
Does it ring a bell, people? Does it ring a bell? And I honestly, you asked me about the ending. I went a long way around to get to the ending. The thing I liked about the ending, because technically it's a happy ending. How many times in black movies, and I say black movies because this is predominantly black characters, even though I'm not sure if it's owned or written by a black person. I know I should have researched it, y'all. Sorry. This is how I review stuff. Y'all know this is how I review stuff on this channel. But it was nice to see the black people live. It just was. Everybody made it out. Everybody makes it out. And the bad guys lose. Of course, there's that line, you think this is over? And Jamie Foxx character, like, oh, for me, they got to hire somebody else. I'm not doing this movie again. Perfectly fine. I'm cool with that. If they make a sequel, hopefully he'll show up and do a cameo. But I did like the ending. What did you feel about the ending, Mara?
It's very happy. I'm glad Robin didn't die.
Yeah.
So happy. Her character is amazing. She's a star in the making. Mm-hmm. And the fact that Jamie focused on her and gave her space for her to do her part. And the ending was amazing. He helped her out, with the bag that he left there, take care of her mom, herself. And the fact that she brought the soup to her mom at the end. Oh, my God.
Yes. That's how it starts when we meet Robin. Robin goes back home after, her technically botched drug deal. And we found out that the cop is using the power to use the drugs to stop powered criminals. This all happens within one night. And we start off in the day where Robin promises her mom, hey, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to refill your prescription and I'm going to get you a can of soup. Robin makes sure that can of soup gets to her mom at the end with a bag of about $15,000, I would say.
Yep.
Maybe a little more.
Enough to get mom medicine.
Yeah. And a procedure. They talked about the procedure she needed.
Education.
Yeah, and they talked about the procedure she needed too.
Yes.
So yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
It was hopeful.
Yeah. I think that's, and I honestly, unfortunately I think that's one of the reasons why I might be getting mediocre reviews. I think it's a good movie. I think it's a perfectly enjoyable movie. Movies don't have to change your life every time you see them. Sometimes they're just there to enjoy.
That's true.
But I think it's getting that middle of the road rating right now is because it's kind of formulaic. That's fine. But also it's a happy ending. I honestly think people don't like happy endings in black movies. Well, ain't nobody die. What's their motivation? We already know the motivation. Protect his daughter. Robin needs to do better. And Joseph Gordon-Levitt character loves the city of New Orleans. What other motivation do you need? Who has to die to keep that motivation going?
That's true.
Those are all
the good guys went for once.
Exactly. Those are all solid motivations without anybody having to die. Even though we never do meet Robin's mother. And, that's a whole women in a refrigerator conversation. I mean, not Robin's mother. Jamie Foxx's wife. His daughter Tracy's mother. We never meet her, which again, that's a thing, but that's always a thing. It's what I call the comic book trope. One of the parents have to be gone. You know what I mean? Because Robin father ain't around. So that's a good dynamic too. Jamie Foxx being a father figure, and they do bring it up every once in a while. Hey, he ain't your father. Because dude's a bad man. Doing some bad things for a good reason. But they bring it up there too. He ain't your father. It hits.
The fact that they didn't give us a backstory to how they found out his daughter had powers.
Yeah.
Or how big her powers were. That was very intriguing too.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, because you were curious, like what she can do. Everybody else looking like X-Men. What can she do?
It's like, how is she connected to the drug?
Yeah.
And how did he know? That's I'm like, wait a minute. And then little by little start revealing.
Yes, that was good. It was, and again, I always hear people talking about, well, they give everything away. First of all, Netflix don't promote nothing, so you can't see. You don't even know when stuff is out half the time. And the one or two trailers I saw, none of that stuff looked like it was in this. Just some of the action scenes and people having powers. That was it.
Didn't even know he had a kid in the trailer.
Right. Didn't know none of that. Didn't know Jamie didn't have powers at first. I thought he had powers. That he just didn't want to use them. Nope. Didn't know any of this stuff. Thought Joseph Gordon-Levitt was going to be kind of a bad guy in it. Nope. Like, so I'm like, dude, you finally get something that don't reveal everything. Then you realize, well, it's a nice, simple, straightforward story. You angry because the reviews have been, I don't know what these people looking at. I thought, like I said, I thought it was really good. I give it like, we usually don't do ratings because it doesn't matter. I liked it. That's it. I ain't finna rate nothing. I liked it. It was very enjoyable. How do you feel about it, Marv?
Like I said, a little more action would have been awesome, but overall, I loved it.
Yeah.
I did. I enjoyed it. It's very enjoyable. Like I said, hopeful. No black character died.
Yep.
So that meant a lot.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Because it's the thing. Because even when the black cops get shot at the beginning of the movie, and it's a shoulder wound, he's perfectly fine. No black character died in the filming of this movie.
Yes.
That was really good. Yeah, that was really good. Oh, man. So, yeah, you can find Project Power. It's out right now on Netflix. Yeah, this is a pretty short review, but I liked it. Hey, guys, sorry it was a spoiler. If you want more detail, hey, hit us up in the comments in our YouTube channel on Afro_AI on YouTube. Sorry, I said it backwards. So youtube.com/Afro_AI and talk to us there, man. If you want to just talk about Project Power on Netflix. Like I said, good show's out right now. Give it a watch. All right.
Definitely.
We'll talk to you later. Peace.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye.